Hello, welcome back to another consultant proficiency resources, more leadership coaching tidbit, where we're breaking through traditional leadership style for optimum success. I'm Cheryl, your managing partner for CPR, and welcome to another CPR episode. Here at CPR, we're resuscitating one business, one leader at a time. This is a business ministry where we integrate biblical and business principles for your success. So if you're on your faith walk and you desire to elevate your leadership style, whether you're a woman, minority owned business, a corporate executive, an educator, or an aspiring entrepreneur, this is the platform for you. So please subscribe and be sure to hit the notification bell so you can be advised of all future uploads. Having said that, this is episode number 6, and in episode number 6 we are here to do a recap. I have taken some golden nuggets from my own coaching practice, extracted some key points, and now they're ready to be available to the virtual community. So we hope that you take advantage of this free resource as you continue on your faith and business walk. So here we go. Episode 1 was titled Moral Leader, and in that episode we introduced the term moral leadership. We offered 10 attributes. Of course there's more, but we offered 10 attributes as a foundation. In that episode, we also introduced to you the SWOT analysis, which is a corporate strategy tool that's used. We illustrated how to devise the SWOT analysis on a whiteboard, and the goal here was to self-reflect and think whether any of those 10 attributes are applicable to you, and if it is, whether they are strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The goal here pretty much was to utilize the entire list and ensure that you plot it in the correct quadrant as you deem seem necessary. Episode 2 was titled Business Sabotage. And pretty much we are looking at the weakness and the threats quadrants of that SWOT analysis. So the goal here is that any of the 10 attributes from episode 1 you identified as a weakness or threat, the goal here is to transition it to an opportunity or strength. According to the SBA, an effective leader is one that can create business sabotage. So you have the tools. We want to enhance your leadership style. The goal here is to remove any of those attributes that you consider to be a weakness, an opportunity, and make those your strengths. So for example, if you identified humility as a weakness because you have more of an ego, you do the work of a humble leader so you can quickly transition it out of the weakness quadrant into the opportunity and strength column. At that point, you do the work day in and day out, that of a humble leader. That's how you improve and you turn things around. Then episode 3 was titled Ineffective Leadership. In this particular episode, we then highlighted 15 attributes of an ineffective leader. And as a result, we asked you once again to plot those 15 attributes using your SWOT analysis. The focus is on the weakness and threats. As we know, negative attributes can never be a strength or an opportunity. You were required again to self-reflect, do the work, identify, plot those attributes. It could have been all 15 or it could have been 5 out of the 15. The call is yours. We also encourage you to bring in members of your team, whether it's a spouse, a collaborator, or your key corporate team. That would be perfectly fine. Oh, if you desire to do it on your own, that works as well. But just note, the decision is yours. You go ahead and plot the 15 ineffective attributes if it applies to you. Again, we're looking at what an ineffective leader does, and the goal here is to go against that, work against that. You do not want to do the work of an ineffective leader. Episode 4 was titled Foundational, and it is focused on the term character. And many would say character is foundational. There are some scholars that would say only a moral leader has character. We're here to say that character is indeed foundational, and the Bible tells us in the book of Luke, I believe 48, that we are all required to build our foundation on a rock. The rock is that good character, right? When you're making the good calls, a person of integrity. And in Luke 6:49, it also calls us not to build our foundation on the earth, in sand near the water. Otherwise, that can quickly cave in, right? Because then your foundation is a lot weaker. And we could liken that is to, are you building it with the fruits of the Spirit, as in Galatians 5:22-23, or are you building it with the fruits of the flesh or corrupt fruits, as found in Galatians 5:19-21? So self-reflection is necessary. You do the work to elevate your leadership style. Then it takes us now into episode number 5, titled Bad Character. So in episode 4, we did introduce Tommy, and we used Tommy again in episode number 5. Tommy had 26 negative traits, so you were required to identify whether any of those 26 negative traits apply to you through self-reflection and using members of your team. For episode 5, the focus was on quantifying character, quantifying negative traits as opposed to qualifying, as we did from episodes 1 through 4. So we provided you with a simple math formula, numerator over the denominator. The numerator was the attributes that you indicated, that's likened to Tommy's negative trait. And the denominator would be all 26 of those negative traits. We received a calculation of 61%. And in that particular episode, we had our pseudo CEO by the name of Tina. And we indicated that Tina possessed 61% of Tommy's negative traits. And in business, qualifying is good, but quantifying and quantifying is even better. So those were the 5 episodes that were recapped. And if you have not seen it, I encourage you to do so. We have made a decision to keep the videos as is. We also want to show growth from those videos, and understanding that if we can publish videos once we understand the content, you can do as well. So we encourage you for 2023 to be as bold as you can be in your faith walk and doing the work. So the 5 episodes are there. We encourage you to do it because these tidbits are designed to be building blocks as you transform and elevate your leadership style. So we highly recommend that it's viewed. All the videos are to be viewed in sequential order. Having said that, so folks say, so what's next? We recommend that the simplest way to continue to move forward is understanding Galatians 5:22-23. The goal of the moral character, as I indicated, and building it on that foundation stems from the fruits of the Spirit, such as love, joy, peace, long-suffering, right? Goodness, meekness. So a good example, if you say you love because you're a person on your faith walk, but you're a selfish leader, that's not love. If you say that you love, but you continue to put yourself first and you're self-centered, that is not love. If you say that you love and you are not generous with your time and fear with your practice, that is not love. So it's a way of showing you what is biblically sound, and understanding, even when we look at the biblical, at the business principles that were identified in surveys or different reports, at the end of the day, the umbrella is Galatians 5:22-23. That's your foundation. That's building your foundation, your tabernacle on a strong, strong foundation, which is the rock, as indicated. And so once you have that understanding, I would say for 2023, I just put some points here. It's important to know that things to think about as we prepare for the next 5 episodes. Episode 7 will be titled Atomic Habits. So we're going to, again, drill a little bit deeper in terms of how we do this exercise day in and day out, right? And I just showed you how, looking at the fruits of the Spirit of love, if you were to be a selfish, self-centered, egotistical leader, you're not practicing love. So what are you practicing? You have to ask yourself the tough questions in that case. So things you should look forward to as you continue on this journey with us, so that indeed it can be helpful to you in your growth and development. You want to, first of all, if you're on your faith walk, you want to stay prayed up. And that is what's going to continue to keep you strong in the Word. Read the Word, because part of CPR's formula is indeed principle, is indeed biblical principles. So that's number one. You want to commit to change. The fact that you logged on, maybe you came on by happenstance. We hope that you would hit that subscription button, hit the notification bell, so then you can be alerted of future uploads and become part of this wonderful transformational journey. So that would mean committing to change. Dedicate time. It's 30 minutes per episode. You can afford to view 2 episodes in an hour and do the self-reflection. 30 minutes a week. The call is yours. But dedicate time, space, and a logbook. You want to maintain a leadership logbook, self-reflecting, documenting your thoughts, referencing it, so you can see your growth and your journey. You definitely want to do the work day in and day out. Small changes make innumerable differences, and that's what we're going to uncover between episodes 7 and 10 with this wonderful book, Atomic Change, here, that was gifted to me by a brother friend in Christ. So that's a wonderful thing, right? When we share and we explore. We want to be able to lead by examples, because employees can indeed, and they will, more muddle your behavior. When you know better, you do better. So if you look at James 1:20, but be doers of the word and not just hearers of the word. So now that you know better, you're going to do better, following, again, the biblical standards, again, looking at the fruits of the Spirit. So if you're supposed to be exuding love, that comes in many forms in the business world, being fair, being honest, having integrity, the whole gamut. So it's about doing the work, and not just hearers of the word, but doers of the word. And check in with CPR on its latest episodes. This is a gift. And if you so desire to come in with us for one-on-one, that's perfectly fine. But if you were to use this for all of 2023 and do the work, we promise there will be indeed a metamorphosis based on your leadership style. And you, your staff, your team, your spouse, your collaborators, your partners will see the difference. But it's about doing the work. And I think that's pretty much it. What we want to do is to conclude. Again, this ministry is a business ministry, and we're going to conclude with Book of Luke, chapter 18, verse 27, and it reads, "And he said, the things which are impossible with men are possible with God." The things which are impossible with men are possible with God. And I wanted to leave you with some encouragement, because if indeed you're on your faith walk, we know with God all things are possible. And that is just a friendly reminder. If you do your part, He will indeed do His part. The Elohim that we know will do His part. So we encourage you again to continue on this wonderful journey. We encourage you to share with any aspiring entrepreneur, any small business owner, and it can be really utilized by anyone who desire to elevate their leadership game, whether they're in corporate, whether they're in healthcare, whether they're in education. It's really anyone who's on their faith walk, desiring to do better where they are, and that will take them on that journey off onto such a wonderful journey that people are going to see the noticeable difference, including you. So once again, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate the time that you've given CPR LLC, and we will see you on episode 7, titled Atomic Habits. So long now.